Hey there to those of you seeking truth. I want to talk about the ring collapse from WWE Raw last night on April 17th, 2017. It's not the first time this has happened to the big show in the WWE, and it looked really cool. The crowd really got excited about it. But what these people don't realize is that this was actually the third part of a three-part tribute to the three towers that fell, World Trade Center buildings 1, 2, and 7, on September 11th, 2001 in New York City. Now, the first time this happened with the Big Show was on June 12th, 2003. This was SmackDown episode 199. Measuring from September 11th, 2001, we get 9 months, 1 year, and 1 day with the end date excluded. And see how these dates have the exact same numerology: 23, 14, 41, 32, 21, and 12. Same on this side. This also happened to be 4 months and 4 days from the Big Show's February 8th birthday. Think about 2 plus 4 is 6, 8 plus 4 is 12. And remember, the World Trade Center opened on April 4th. We know about 44's connection to 144. If you type out the word 44, sums to 144. April 4th, the date written 4-4, sums to 144. This is a number strongly associated with time. Time is 144. They say time is a killer. Killer in Jewish gematria, also 144. Now looking at, let's see, 8 years later, this occurred again. Mark Henry superplexed the Big Show at WWE Vengeance on October 23rd, 2011. Of course, 10 plus 23 plus 11 is 44. Also, this was 8 years, 4 months, and 11 days after the first ring collapse. And think about how 4 times 11 is 44. 44 then reduces to 8, giving us 8 years, 88, number that represents time as well. Now, speaking of time, in the English cipher, time sums to 254, and September 11th is the 254th day of the year. Anyway, this was also a span of 10 years, 1 month, and 13 days from September 11th, 2001. And the man who superplexed him at this pay-per-view was Mark Henry. Mark Henry sums to 113 in English ordinal. Also, this was 121 months after 9/11, the square root of which is 11, of course. And check out the gematria for WWE Vengeance, 127 English ordinal. Remember, it was World Trade Center Towers 1, 2, and 7 that fell on 9/11. So that brings us to last night, April 17th, 2017. This date is 2003 days exactly after October 23rd, 2011, the second ring collapse. And remember, the first ring collapse with Brock Lesnar occurred in the year 2003. April 17th is also a span of 7 months and 7 days after the 15-year anniversary of 9/11. This also happens to be 187 months. Now remember how closely 77 is associated with September 11th? Of course, September 11th is 77 in full reduction. We had Flight 77 hitting the 77-foot-tall Pentagon 77 minutes after takeoff on the 77th meridian. But even more interesting is that it's been 722 weeks since the first ring collapse. Let's bring that up here. 722 weeks, 5 days since that first ring collapse with Brock Lesnar. Of course, 22 divided by 7 sums to 3.14, like pi. When we type out 22 divided by 7, we get a number that looks like pi, 314. Definitely one of the most significant numbers. Remember, a circle gives us 360 degrees, 227 English ordinal, just like the equation to get those degrees. Remember, it was the 77th floor that was hit by Flight 175. 77 in English ordinal sums to 175. Anyway, the third tower, Building 7, fell later that day, even though it wasn't hit by an airplane. So if you check out Wikipedia, you can see the first tower collapsed here at 9:59. All right, and then World Trade Center Tower 7, if we round up, that's 5:21 p.m. And on that date from 9:59 to the hour 17:21, that's 7 hours and 22 minutes. And here we are 227 weeks after that first ring collapse, and then we get a third. Anyway, this brings us to the date written 17/4 in most parts of the world, 174 being that number of the New World Order, 174, English ordinal. And we get a guy named Braun Strowman fighting the Big Show. His name sums to 174 in Jewish ordinal. Remember, the president during 9/11 was George Walker Bush, also 174 Jewish ordinal. Also wanted to take a quick second to talk about the association between WWE and 9/11 through Gematria. WWE sums to 156 in the Satanic cipher. Remember, when we type out 33, we get 156. We also get 141, and when we put World Wrestling Entertainment in and use the single reduction cipher, there we have 156 and 141. Remember, we click 156, and we can see that the 156th prime number is 911. So he superplexes the Big Show and it collapses. And just give that one more thought. 722 weeks later, and on 9/11 it was 7 hours and 22 minutes between building collapses. So isn't it unreal, Truth Seeker? It's like they truly have created the Matrix. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Hope you all have a great day.